I'm Rachel Feldman. I am from Burlington, Vermont, and I am here in Ramla-Lod with the Israel Teaching Fellows Program with Oranim. I originally in the States was working in television news as a reporter, but I've always wanted to come to Israel, and TV news is a lot of talking about what other people are doing and the impact they're having. And I really wanted to make an impact myself as opposed to talking about the impact that others were making on the world. So the Israel Teaching Fellows Program seemed to be the perfect way to, A, come to Israel for an extended period of time. We're here for 10 months, which is longer than any other program I've seen. And also a way for me to really have a difference, make a difference in a community. The city of Ramla and the city of Lod, the two of them are impoverished areas where people really don't have the opportunities that are available to people in places such as Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, which have more resources, more tourists, and are thus more affluent. The people here rarely meet Americans. They don't really encounter people in their day-to-day lives who speak English, and as a result, the level of English that is spoken here is much lower than you'll find in other places in Israel. And that's why this program really makes a huge difference. You can sense it as soon as you come into the schools, which you will be in for 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. You'll see that the kids haven't had the exposure to English. They haven't encountered it anywhere besides music or SpongeBob SquarePants or Justin Bieber or Miley Cyrus, which they all love. And they're really excited to learn not only about you and your life, but more about the English language. These kids want to learn English. They see it as their ticket to better jobs, their ticket to traveling, their ticket to really making something of themselves when they're adults. And you represent that opportunity to them. Every day when you walk into the school, it's going to take you an excessive amount of time to get to your classroom because every child you walk by is going to be saying hello to you. They're going to ask how you're doing. They all want to practice their English with you, and they all just greet you with a huge smile on your face, which, this sounds cheesy, but it's true, will make you feel so much better no matter what is going on in your life outside of school. I personally had never been to Israel before. I didn't go to Hebrew school. I wasn't bat mitzvahed, so I never encountered Hebrew ever. And I landed here, and all of a sudden it was like I was in the Tower of Babel or something. I didn't understand a word anyone was saying. Well, you get intensive ulpan through Oranim, and the ulpan will continue the entire time you're here. And I can actually go to the shuk, which is the outdoor market now, and haggle over prices for food in Hebrew. And that's huge, considering that 3 months ago I knew shalom means hello, goodbye, peace. I don't know. So you really get an Israeli experience here in Ramla and Lod. They're small cities, and as I mentioned, they are less affluent areas. So there isn't a lot in terms of nightlife, but there's a lot in terms of culture. You're going to walk down the street and you're going to hear 3 or 4 different languages spoken just on your way to the shuk. You're going to meet people who are so welcoming, so open, so excited that there are volunteers here in Ramla and Lod that care about the communities, because the rest of Israel, when you tell people you live in Ramla, they're going to go, really? Why? It's because they've never been here and they don't know how cool it is. The people want you to be here and they want you to stay, and they'll tell you that as soon as you start talking to them. So you're staying in Israel, right? You love Israel? And they'll all want to practice their English with you too, because they, like their children, don't encounter English speakers in their day-to-day lives. So I would definitely recommend this program. You're not only going to be volunteering in the schools, you'll be volunteering in other places. I volunteer in the underground, which is for people ages 18 and up who want to work on their English skills. You'll be going on trips all around the country. So far, in the 3 months that we've been here, been to the Dead Sea, we've been to Eilat, we've been up to the north, we've volunteered with the Army for a week, which, do it. You can choose not to, but choose to do it. It's a lot of fun. We're going to Yad Vashem. We've been to Yafo. So there are more trips to come. You're also going to get enrichments where you're going to learn about Israel, Israeli culture, and you'll also really connect with your group. The great thing about being in Ramla and Lod is that it's small, and you're going to be very tight with the people that you're in the program with. You're going to learn how to get around together. You're going to go places together, and you'll kind of be each other's support group when you're thrust into this foreign country. So I would say come with Oranim, definitely, over any other program in any other city, because here you really feel the difference that you're making, and the people will appreciate it so much.